Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Beverly. Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic, chewing gum in Singapore.
Yeah, it's such an interesting issue. But first, how's your week been, Beverly?
Pretty good. Just got back from a little trip. Speaking of traveling, chewing gum in Singapore is really a unique issue. I mean, who would have thought chewing gum could be such a big deal?
Exactly. It's not just any rule, it's a whole law. So, for those who don't know, chewing gum is prohibited for import and sale in Singapore, with a few exceptions.
It makes you wonder about the reasons behind it. In many countries, like the US and Mexico, chewing gum is a common treat, often associated with youth and leisure. It's part of social gatherings, and in some cultures, it even has historical significance, like in the 19th century when it was chewed for fresh breath and flavor.
The ban dates back to 1992. The government was concerned about the littering and maintenance issues caused by discarded gum. It was often stuck on sidewalks and public transport.
That makes sense. And it's not just about aesthetics, it's also about costs. According to urban management experts, cleaning up gum can be very expensive and time-consuming for municipalities.
And since 2004, they've allowed therapeutic, dental, and nicotine chewing gum to be purchased from doctors or registered pharmacists. So, it's not entirely banned.
Just to clarify, it's legal to chew gum in Singapore. It's just the importation and sale that are restricted. I remember visiting Singapore last year and was surprised to see signs emphasizing the gum rules everywhere. It felt a bit strange compared to what I'm used to.
Yeah, I read that travelers can bring in a small amount for personal use. But there's a fine for spitting it out in inappropriate places. That's a serious rule.
It really is. I even noticed a local cafe that had a sign saying they don't allow gum on their premises. It's fascinating how a simple thing like chewing gum can shape local culture.
We've got some interesting perspectives from tourists who have visited Singapore. Let's hear what they think about this rule.
I was surprised to learn about the gum ban. I mean, it seemed a bit extreme at first, but then I saw how clean the streets were.
I totally get it. It's nice to have such a clean city, but I miss chewing my gum while walking around.
And Dr. Emily Tan, an urban planner, mentioned in a report, maintaining cleanliness in a city like Singapore is crucial for tourism and public health. The gum ban helps support that goal.
Those opinions really highlight the balance Singapore tries to maintain between cleanliness and personal freedom. It's interesting how this topic can evoke such strong feelings.
Absolutely. It's all about maintaining order, right?
Exactly. And it's fascinating how a simple thing like chewing gum can spark such a discussion about public policy and societal norms. I remember visiting a cafe in New York where everyone was casually chewing gum while chatting. It felt so relaxed and social. How about you, Jeff? Any memorable experiences with gum?
I once visited a small town in Mexico where vendors sold traditional chewing gum made from local herbs. It was such a unique flavor and a part of their culture, which made it a fun experience.
Those experiences really show how chewing gum varies around the world.
For sure. It makes you think about how different cultures handle similar issues. What do you think, Beverly? Should other countries consider similar regulations?
That's a tough one. While I appreciate cleanliness, I also believe in personal choice. It's all about finding that middle ground.
Now, before we wrap up, here are 3 new vocabulary words to think about. Prohibition means the action of forbidding something, especially by law. Diligent means showing care and effort in your work or duties. Disparity means a great difference or inequality, often in terms of treatment or opportunity. Thanks for tuning in to our discussion today. It's always eye-opening to explore these unique cultural policies.
If you enjoyed this episode, Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment about your thoughts on the chewing gum prohibition.
Until next time, keep exploring the interesting issues around the world.